say, you know, oh, it's like this, it's like that, it's telling me this, it's telling me that. Other times it's this Irish elfin band thing, where they come literally tiptoeing through the tulips, you know, and you hear it far off, like the tinkling of bells, and then it just gets louder and louder and nearer and nearer, and then you see it, and then it's around you, and it's, you know, like that's, like, well, it's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon directed by Tristan Tzara or something like that. I mean, it's quite zany, unpredictable. The thing that always impressed me about psychedelics was the way in which it could convince you that you could never think of this, you know, and that was the stamp of authenticity, the fact that it was moving faster than your own imagination, astonishing you, making you laugh, frightening you, leading you on, teasing you. It's very strange. I mean, there's nothing else like it. It's like, you know, the Arabs used to say of the city of Isfahan in Iran in the 10th century that it was half the world because of its vaulted domes and minarets. But if you hadn't seen Isfahan, half the world lay before you. Well, it's literally true with psychedelics. I mean, half at least of the world lies over yonder in these strange dimensions. And they're not inaccessible, you know, they're very accessible. You don't have to spend 20 years around the ashram. And yet, my goodness, we maintain decorum around them and don't break protocol and behave ourselves in the presence of it. I mean, even those of us who are supposed experts or accounted great explorers of it spend 9 times as much time talking about it as doing it, you may be sure. So, it's just a kind of a cultural blind spot into a person like myself, very important, to someone else extraordinarily trivial. I mean, there was even a book published on the drug problem recently called America's Great Drug War by Treadwell, who's a good guy. He wants legalization, he's a good guy. But there's no entry for psychedelic drugs, no entry for LSD, no entry for mescaline. It's not what they're talking about, not what they're worrying about. Even the people who want drugs legalized do it with this kind of, okay, you know, this attitude, we're defeated, we'll legalize drugs, screw it, that's it, go ruin yourselves now. There's no notion of hope, no notion of a pharmacological engineering of consciousness to any reasonable end. It's just, you know, if you're not willing to go it alone with God's grace, well then you're just consigned to the road to hell.